2020 was such a wildly just tragic year. Like I remember the last show I worked for WWE was the Royal Rumble. That was the day I found out Kobe Bryant passed. That hit me really hard, especially because like we were near the same age. Like, the father he was, it reminded me, of me and Lil David. And I'd been coaching Lil David in basketball at that time, and we studied Kobe so much. And Kobe had started to do these interviews that I loved. And he was, he kind of in a way was a gimmick and was dropping the gimmick and giving shoot interviews, if you will, but like helping people. But anyway, I met him once in person. By no means we're friends. I met him once, I had the honor of it, but like, man, really just affected me as a fan, and from afar, but lost him. Then in May 2020, man, I tragically lose my friend Shad Gaspard, WWE superstar, one half of Crime Time. And man, the heroic story even. And shout out to his son, Araya. Oh man. That was really hard. That was really hard losing Shad. He was one of my good friends. We didn't talk every day, but every time we saw each other, we picked right back up where we left off. And I told that story. He was the first person I met when I came in the building in Houston, Texas, for my very first WWE tryout. And he took me around, introduced me to everybody, like took care of me like a big brother backstage. Like, man, I missed him on the road actually, like after he got released, because like I kind of feel like my career would have been a little bit different. Like just having him, looking out for it, teaching me things too, because like he was so giving. Like he even helped me get booked on Sandy Wexler, the Adam Sandler movie. Yeah, my son's mom was in that too, but Shad was the one who actually got me booked on that. If you hear what I'm saying, Shad, that was Shad. He was Terry Crews' stunt double in the movie. I don't know if I posted the picture before, but I will. Shout out to Shad. He was awesome in it too. But anyway, man, we lose Shad in 2020. Man, that still affects me to this day. And then a few days after that, maybe a week or so, the George Floyd incident happens. I remember where I was. I remember sitting on the couch, watching this video and the effect it had on me. And I don't know, like during this time, like obviously, like, I'm a lawyer, like Court TV starts calling me and asking me if I'll come on and talk about this. And I said, yes, absolutely. And I remember I started, just booking appearances left and right and speaking on this. I was on Fox. I was on something in LA. Obviously Court TV. And I remember Court TV even flew me down to Atlanta. Everything was shut down, but I got on a plane, which was nuts. There was like nobody on the plane. Like at this time, nobody was traveling. And like, I was nervous to even go do this, but all right, I flew to Atlanta and went in studio where we all had to be separated still, and did a special on this and discussing just the George Floyd tragedy and the Derek Chauvin case. But, during this time, I felt strongly that this was something I needed to do. I needed to use my voice and the platform that I had, because that's one of the things I really value about my Harvard Law degree was they said something to us. And I don't know if this was at graduation or it was near graduation, but it was a speech they gave us. And it was like how powerful our degrees are. And they always instilled that into us. I remember they said, your degree is the most respected degree in the universe. That always stuck out to me because it was like Marvel. I was like, yo, they're not messing around. They didn't even say the world. They're talking about the universe. Like, yo, if there's other worlds, Harvard Law degree is better than whatever you got over there. Whatever janky degrees you got over there, Harvard Law is number one in the universe. Universal championship. Hey, I've got the universal championship. My Harvard Law degree. I'm sorry, WWE. I technically have the universal championship. I'm not even playing around. But my Harvard Law degree. I guess I do have my singles title. Anyway, but I remember, in all seriousness, though, they told us about how having a Harvard Law degree gives you instant credibility. And Spider-Man Marvel, again, with great power comes great responsibility. But then going back, like my dad would always stand up for people And like, if you can do something for others, you should. And I just felt that I'm in a unique position with a Harvard law degree. Um, I have the credibility from that to speak on this topic, but also I have a huge platform. If I was still, say I'd stayed at the law firm, say I was a partner at Sidley Austin, well, I would have to be making some bank. But would I be booked on court TV to come and talk about this? Probably not. Maybe, probably not. But the fact that I'm an actor and a professional wrestler with a Harvard Law degree, reality star, absolutely. Everybody knows you. Please come on here and talk about this. We want to hear your opinion. And you are a legitimate Harvard educated lawyer. Please come on here and talk about this. And so that wasn't lost on me, the ability that I had for that. And so I just felt compelled to kind of lean into this. And so I started working with Court TV, and we were trying to carve out a role for me. Hey, I love you, Court TV, but hey, the money wasn't right. I'm sorry. We're trying to work it out. Hey. This was an important time, like, because also I need to provide for my son. And so, like, they wanted me, what happened is they wanted me to move to Atlanta. And one problem is, if you want me to move to Atlanta, you got to pay me move to Atlanta money. So I didn't move to Atlanta, but I still would do stuff. And we were in talks to try and carve out something else. But during this time, this is where my focus was. And so I was kind of checked out of wrestling altogether. I wasn't keeping up with AEW. I wasn't even keeping up with WWE at this time. And I figured, whenever they got back together, they would call me, I would catch up. But in the meantime, just with the way the world was changing, I felt really compelled just to lend my voice in this situation.